Welcome to the 2020 P6 Raffles Girls Primary School Mathematics Prelim Paper MCQ answers. Grab your pens and papers and let's get started. Okay, question 1. The value of the digit 5 in 954687 is... So underline this. And if I bring it out, this is ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and finally 5 will be in the 10,000s place. So if it's a 5, the digit 5 will be 50,000. Okay, so my answer is number 3. So moving on to question 2, which one of the following is the closest to 1? So I have 1 over 7, 1 over 6, 1 over 9, and 1 over 8. In order to be closest to 1, let's say 1 is here. In order to be closest to 1, your value has to be the smallest. So out of 1 over 7, 1 over 6, 1 over 9, and 1 over 8. Which one is the smallest? Okay, the smallest will be 1 over 9. Okay, just imagine one pizza shared amongst 9 people. Each slice will be the smallest as compared to 6 people. If I have one pizza and share with 6 people, each person will get more share of the pizza. Okay, so that means the value is the biggest for 1 over 6 and the value is the smallest for 1 over 9. So if I have 1 over 9, it will be here. Okay, followed by and then followed by okay, because 1 over 6 is the biggest, so it's the furthest away from 1. So my answer will be number 3. Okay, because this is the smallest value. Okay. Round off 28 points. So there's a decimal here, okay. I think it's not very clear. 0.784 to the nearest tenth. Tenth means 0.1 or 1 over 10. So let me underline that, okay. So 0.1 is this place. Okay, so let's look at number 8. So since it's more than 5, I have to round up. So my answer is going to be 28 point. Instead of 7, I become 8. So my answer will be 2. Okay, got it? So let's move on. What is the length of the screwdriver? Question 4. So in order to find screwdriver, so you realize that the screwdriver didn't start measuring from 0, it started measuring from this point. So what we need to do is to find out what's the length of here, 0 to where the screwdriver ends, and then I'll minus away 0 to wherever it starts from. Okay, this way I can find out what's in between. Okay, so how many spaces are there here? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 spaces, so it will be 0.2 each space. Okay, so this is 1, this is 1.2, 1.4, 1.6. So 1.6. Okay, so this is 9.0, 9.2. So in order to find out, we have to take 9.2 to minus 1.6. Okay? My answer will be 2 because it's 7.6. Okay? So take note, don't just calculate and tell me your answer is 9.2 because we started from here. Got to minus away this part. Okay? Question 5. ABCD is equilateral. So each angle is 60. Okay? So it's because total angle is 130. I divide by the 3 same angles. It's 60. I'll do the working here for whoever needs it. Okay, so 60 each, and then CDE, so this is point C, okay? I think they accidentally erased it. CDE is an isosceles triangle. So if it's isosceles and the base of the isosceles is 69, that means this is also 69 degrees. Okay? BCE is a straight line. CD is 69. Find the sum of BCD, BCD, which is this one. I'm gonna like shade it. And ACE, ACE. Alright, so if it's a straight line and this is angle at a point, we can easily find out what's this plus this. We can just take angles at a point, which is 360 degrees, to minus away 60 and 69. So if I minus away 60, I'm gonna get 300. 300 minus 69. I'm gonna get 231. Okay, so my answer is 3. Okay, question 6. Gordon was at the park. He turned at an angle of 315 degrees anti-clockwise to face the direction of his home. So he's at the park and he's facing his home now. Okay? So this is because he turned 315 degrees anti-clockwise. So each angle here, because this is 90 degrees, right? So half of it will be 45 degrees. If you don't know how I get 45 degrees, it's 90 divided by 2. Okay? So I'm going to erase it because I need this space. So each angle is 45, it's over here, okay? So if I want to find out where he was facing before he turned, I need to do the opposite. If this is anti-clockwise, I'm going to move clockwise right now by 315 degrees, okay? So 45, 90, so this is a right angle, so 90 degrees. Then we got to move 180 degrees, and then 270 degrees, and then 315 degrees. Okay, so this was where Gordon was at. Okay, he was at the playground. Okay, so if you want to check the answer, we can come here. Okay, we start here, and then we move 315 degrees anti-clockwise. So this is anti-clockwise because our clock moved this way, so this is clockwise, this is anti-clockwise. So let's move together. I'm going to use another color so that we can see whether our answers are correct. So this is 90, 180, 270, and 315. So our answer is correct. Okay, in exams you have time, you can check like that also. Alright, let's move on to question 7. Question 7, the figure is made out of 2 squares. The area of the 2 squares are 64 cm cubed and 25 cm cubed. What's the perimeter of the figure? So, obviously this is 25 cm cubed and this is 64 cm cubed. In exams, we can find out what is one side of the square, because 8 times 8 gives you 64. Okay, that means one side is 8. Okay, so what times what gives you 25? It is 5. Okay, so your multiplication has to be pretty strong. So this is 5, 5, and 5. So we are short of this part. Okay, because we're finding parameter, so we need to find this part. So don't worry, because if I push this square over to the end, it's just the difference. Okay, so this orange part, the total will be 8 cm minus 5 cm. Okay, which is 3 cm. Okay, just imagine your 8 cm being here, and then I push my 5 cm to the edge. Wait, let me draw it a bit bigger. So this is my 8 cm, and then I push my 5 cm to the edge. Right? So the orange part is just this part. So if this is 5, this will be 3, because the whole thing is 8. Okay? So let's calculate the parameter together now. We have 5, 5, 5, so 15, plus the orange part is 3, plus 8, 8, 8. 8, 8, 8 is 3 times 8, which is 24. Okay, so it is 15 plus 3 is 18, 18 plus 24 is 42. So question 7, my answer will be number 1. Alright, so yeah, we are starting to get to the tougher questions, but it's okay, just learn from this, and then let's move on to question 8 together. Abel has 3 times as many books as Thomas. Abel donated 1/4 of his books to charity. What is the ratio of the number of books Thomas had to the number of books Abel had in the end? So let's use ratio, okay? So A is to T, it's 3 is to 1. And Abel donated 1/4 of his books. Can I find out what's 1/4 from here? I'm going to get a very weird fraction, right? So let me multiply it so that's easier for me to work with whole numbers. So if I'm going to multiply by 4, I'm going to get 12 is to 4. Okay, and then now we can utilize this. Okay, so if he were to donate 1/4 of his books, now his books is 12 units, so which is 12 over 4, which is 12 divided by 4, which is 3. So that means he donated 3 units of his books. Okay, so what's the ratio of number Thomas had to the number of books Abel had in the end? So if Abel deducts by 3, 12 minus 3 is going to give you a 9. So he's going to have 9 units left, and Thomas didn't donate anything, so his books remain the same, so it's 4. Okay, so the number of books Thomas had to the number of books Abel had is 4 is to 9. Okay, which is option 2. Okay, the reason why I multiply by 4 is so that I can deduct a whole number. If not, I'll be dealing with fractions, which can be very scary to students. Okay, and it will cause a lot of careless mistakes. So once I multiply by 4, I get 12 units. I can easily find out what's 1/4, get a whole number to deduct, so 9 is to 4. Okay, but the question is asking Thomas is to Abel, T is to A, so I need to switch it around, so it becomes 4 is to 9. Alright, let's move on to question 9. Okay, question 9, Kelvin bought a camera. The GST amount was $70. So GST is 7%, so we can compare it. How much did he pay for the camera inclusive of GST? The camera itself will be 100%. Okay, the GST is 7%, so total he paid is 107%. So let's find out. 7% equals to $70. Alright, so 1% equals to I divide by 7. Okay, I'm going to get $10. So how much did he pay for the camera? 100% inclusive of GST, 107%. So I need to find 107%. So what I need to do is to multiply by 107. So 10 times 107. There's a shortcut, just put 107 first, then add the 0. Okay, so this is the amount of money I paid for, which is option 4. Alright, very simple and straightforward. So let's move on to question 10 together, okay? So 3 plus 6a equals 27. So for students, if you can, model will help. Okay, so I'm going to draw 6a. Plus 3. Okay, so 6a plus 3 is 27. So what's 6a? 6a will be 27 minus away 3, which is 24. So a will be equals to 24 divided by 6. Just mental calculate, you're going to get 4. Your answer should be 4. Understand? Okay, so this is a very simple method. Okay, try and understand. If not, then watch it again. If not, or else move on with me to question 11. Okay, Eileen bought 2 tables and 20 chairs for her office. She spent $120 more on the tables than chairs. So 2 tables, 20 chairs. If I were to draw a model, she spent $120 more on the tables. Okay, so she spent a total of $840. How much did she spend on one chair? Let's find out how much she spent for 20 chairs first, okay? From this model, we can take 840 to minus away this thing protruding out, okay? I'm gonna get 720. So 720 is shared between these two bars. So 720 I need to divide by 2, okay? I'm gonna get 240. Wait, I divided by the wrong number. I'm gonna redo this part. I should have divided by 2. So I'm gonna get $360. Okay, so 20 chairs cost $360. I'm going to write it here. How much is one chair? I need to take 360 to divide by 20. So because this is MCQ, you can't use calculator. Let me show you a trick, okay? When you have to divide by double digits. So divide is the same thing as a fraction, this over. So if I put 360 over 20, I can just simply cancel away the 2 zeros. So I can just take 36 to divide by 2, which is equals to, we can do long division then. Okay, which is equals to 18. So my answer will be $18, which is option 1. Okay, very straightforward, definitely worth the 2 marks they're giving. Alright, let's move on to question 12. Question 12, half of Jenny's mass is the same as 1/5 of Randy's mass. So if I were to dissect this question, it would mean that 1 unit of Jenny's is equals to 1 unit of Randy. So the units look the same. So let me draw the model so you guys can see it clearer. So J and R. If 1 unit of Jenny's is this long, 1 unit of Randy's will be this long also. Okay? So Jenny's has 2 units and Randy has 5 units. Okay? So half of Jenny's mass is the same as 1/5 of Randy's mass. So this is what the first sentence is trying to tell you. Alright, so their total mass is 49.14 kg. Find Jenny's mass. How many units are there here in total? 2 plus 5, so you get 7. So the first step you need to do is to divide by 7. Then after that multiply by 2. Let's do the working here this time. There's a decimal here. Alright, so it's 7.02 kg per unit. Alright, so Jenny's mass is just 7.02 multiplied by 2. I'm going to do the working here. Okay, so my answer will be option 2. Got it? So let's move on to 13. A dining table was sold at a discount. The discounted price was 20% less than the usual price. The discounted price was 20% less than the usual price just means that my discount is 20%. Okay, because usual price is 100%. I'm paying 20% less, so 20% is the discount. The usual price is 100%, was $720. How much was the discount? So 100% equals to $720. Okay, so 20% is how much? Let's find out what's 10% first. Okay, so from 100 I get 10. We'll need to divide by 10. 100 divided by 10 is 10. Okay, so this side we also have to divide by 10. So luckily there's a 0 here, we can just cancel it away. So our answer is 72. So I need to find 20%. So from 10%, how do I become 20%? I multiply by 2 because 10 times 2 is 20. So 72 times 2 equals to working since we can't use calculator, 144. So my answer will be 3. That's the discount. Alright, got it? Let's move on together. To 14, Ali and Zainal each bought the same mass of minced meat. They prepared each patty with the same mass of minced meat. Okay, so Ali made 20 patties and had 5.6 kg of minced meat left. Zainal made 60 patties and had 400 grams of minced meat left. Okay, so I'm seeing different units. I'm seeing grams and kg, so I'm going to change this to a gram, because if you see, our answers are in grams also. So 5.6 kg is 5,600 gram, because 1 kg is 1,000 grams, for those who don't know. Okay, so I need to draw a model, okay, so that I can see better. So Ali made 20 patties. I'm going to put 20p and had 5,600 grams of minced meat left. Okay, so this part done. Zainal made 60 patties. So this is 60 patties and had 400 grams left. Okay, so the reason why they're the same is because of this sentence. They bought the same mass of minced meat. Alright, so this will be 20 patties also. And this will be 40 patties, because 20 plus 40 is 60. Alright, so 40 patties, what can we see here? 40 patties is how many grams? If I were to erase this and write it outside instead. So this whole thing is 5,600 grams, right? And this is 400 grams. So what's this? This is 5,200 grams. Okay, so 5,200 plus 400 gives you 5,600. So what does this mean? 40 patties is 5,200 grams. Okay, so this is a power of models. It helps you see very, very clearly. What's the mass of minced meat used for each patty? Each patty means one patty. So I need to take 5,200 to divide by 40. Since it's a double digit, let's do this method. We can cross and cross. So it's equals to 520 divided by 4. We can use long division for this. Let's do our working here. Okay, so I'm going to get 130 grams, which is 3. Got it? Then tab A can fill a pail in 6 minutes, tab B can fill the same pail in 3 minutes. How long would it take to fill the pail completely when both tabs are turned on? This is a rate question, and this question always comes out. Okay, so let's deal with tab A first. We have a lot of space here. So I can fill one pail in 6 minutes. If I want to find a rate, that means I need to find per minute, which is 1 minute, correct? So let's do it together. 6 minutes is 1 pail. 1 minute will be 1/6 of a pail. Okay, how about tab B? 3 minutes, 1 pail. It's the same pail, so I'm just going to put pail. 1 minute is 1/3, because we are going to do this. Okay, the divide. This over this times this. Okay, same thing for this. Alright. So, what's the rate for tab A? It's 1/6 of a pail per minute. And this is 1/3 pail per minute. So if I turn on both tab A and B at the same time, in 1 minute, I'm going to have 1/6 plus 1/3 of my pail filled up, which is 1/6 plus 2/6, which is 3/6, which is half. Half of my pail will be filled up in 1 minute if I on both tab A plus tab B. Okay, so how long will it take for the pail to completely fill when both tabs are turned on? If half the pail is 1 minute, if I want my pail to be fully filled, it's just half plus half, which is 1. That's why 1 minute plus 1 minute. That's why my answer is 2 minutes. Got it? So this is my pail. Okay, so if half of it takes 1 minute to fill it up, to fill the other half, I also need 1 minute. That's why I add up to give me 2 minutes. And that's why my answer is 2. Okay, so congrats on making it to the end of the paper. And the next video will be posted and it will be the booklet B. Okay, good job, and I'll see you in the next video, alright?